Right, peeps, I'm back. Now, I've tried to be positive. I've had my positive pants on the other day. I've woken up, the game started, and within an hour, I've got a splitting headache and had to ring in sick from work. Not because I was excited at FPO opening, but because I had a genuine migraine caused by trying to navigate a website that appears to have been built by a first year design student on drugs, because it is absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. And we're going to go and have a look at it in a minute. In fact, we're going to have a look now. Honestly, we thought the rules were bad. I'd come to terms with the rules, just about. But when I opened the website, I realised that the rules weren't great at all. That new rule with the defenders and everything has turned out to be absolutely a complete waste of time. We'll have a look at it in a minute. An absolute complete waste of time. And we've already had the lazy chips, where they just repeated the back season chips into the front season, which is absolutely crazy, when we could have had a limitless chip with unlimited budget for the week, or a maximum captainship where the best scoring player in your team automatically became your captain this week, or a vast number of other chips. But why we had to have the same ones, I'm sorry, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Anyway, what we're going to do today, I'm going to show you a tale of two websites. Right, this is a transfer page here that everybody is complaining about, and with good reason too. And it's going to be very hard for me during the season to do a watch list video for you guys using this website, because it's ridiculous. It's like watching tennis for you. It'll be like watching tennis for you. Your head's going to be moving from side to side. Well, we're going to see now how many buttons I have to press to make a transfer. So we're going to take out Mbuemo, one click. So we're going to click on midfielders, 2 clicks already. Then we have to click on midfielders, 3 clicks. And then for some bizarre reason, we have to save the change, 4 clicks. So we're bringing Iwobi, 5 clicks. Make a transfer, 6 clicks. Confirm the transfer, 7 clicks. 7 clicks, peeps, to make a transfer. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 7 clicks, all on different sides of the screen. I tried doing one on an iPad earlier. I nearly threw it at the wall. It was just crazy. I was trying to hold the iPad and make transfers at the same time. Absolute madness. So 7 clicks to make a transfer. Right, now I'll show you one other thing now. If you can't find your team ID, you go to your Pick Team page, go down to Transfer History. I don't know why, but that's what you have to do to find your ID. So I'll save that, copy that. And we're going to go to FPL Team now. Now you remember that one took 7 clicks. I've got a save team here somewhere. Where is it? Right, here's a team I briefly put together. So it took 7 clicks. Now this is the FPL Team site, nice and simple. Let's see how many clicks it takes to transfer a player. We'll take out Eza, 1 click. Automatically populates the screen with midfielders. You see that? Unlike the official site where you have to go over there, click midfielders, click save changes, go back on the other side, pick a player, blah blah blah. So put in Gordon, and it's done. 2 clicks. Update team, which is a save button. So it took 3 clicks to make a transfer. I didn't have to go anywhere. It wasn't all over the screen. Nice and simple. So I'm going to be doing all my tinkering on here. I'm not going to go anywhere near the main site until I have to make a transfer. But the problem is that I want to do watch list videos, and it's going to be a nightmare for you guys. I'm going to have to try and find a way, maybe having multiple windows and cutting up my screen so it looks better for you, because it's a joke, absolute joke. It's going to be torture doing a watch list. Pity I can't do a watch list on here. Maybe he could set up a watch list fixture on here, but I suppose it would be all right on here, actually, wouldn't it? It wouldn't make any difference. Because once you come to make your transfer, you just do it on the other page. Right, we'll have a quick look and I'll show you why this rule has been a complete waste of time. So, select club, Everton. Like I said, we're not doing anything on the main site. We're going to stay here where it's nice and safe and clean and doesn't make my headache get any worse. So this is Everton. Tarkowski, who was the golden boy of the new rule, wasn't he? You know, like 4.5 million, the golden boy. Well, he's 5.5 million now. 5.5 million, and he is going to get extra points because he's going to pick up 2 points occasionally. But it has to be noted that most of these points come in difficult matches because they're defending the whole time. So you know you're going to end up conceding. So all you're going to get is like 1 point plus your 2 points. You end up with 3 points or whatever in those games. So it's a complete joke. Brentford, who I was thinking of picking before all these changes, because he would have been 4.5 and a nice little defender to own, has now gone up to 5.5 on the back of getting these extra points. Which is crazy because you're never going to pick him. You're always going to pick Tarkowski instead of him. So he's another one like Bowen, who is now out, basically. So this whole plan of theirs to increase the amount of options is completely ludicrous. So if they'd gone with the differential plan, like in the Club World Cup, nearly all these players would be eligible for an extra 2 points, providing they scored 4 points during the week or whatever. Much simpler, much easier. And the way it forces people to go and search for stats and that as well, my advice would be don't bloody bother. Just pick your attacking players like normal. Because, yeah, like I said, I mean, they're only going to get these points when they're getting battered. You know, you only make clearances. You're only going to make 10 clearances or 9 clearances or whatever when you're under the cosh. So, awful. But the design is what the killer is. I mean, look how simple this is. And then look at this. Go and make another transfer. Actually, we'll go and put someone on the watch list, shall we? See how we do that. So, what team should we look at? Oh, God, here we go again. Right, it drives you potty, doesn't it? Let's look at Chelsea, see what they've done with them. It's annoying how you have to save it. So then the next time you want to do something, you have to go back over the other side again. So what have they done with Chelsea? Sanchez is 5. I suppose he was always going to be 5, wasn't he, really? Cucurella 6. I think that's fair enough. I would have liked Colwell at 4.5, but Chelsea's defence has improved. Tosin could be useful at 4.5. James 5.5, but always injured. If Fofana gets fit, he could be a bargain. Palmer 10.5, about what we expected. Enzo 6.5. There's talk of him leaving, actually, Enzo. And if he does leave, then there is one player who looks really good. Where is he? He's not even on here. Where's he gone? The Brazilian player. I don't know, peeps. You can't win. You can't win. Right, so let's have a look at this. Some other ones. Nkunku 6, Caicedo 5.5. See, Caicedo 5.5. He's another one of the golden boys who you'd never pick. You know, I think he would have been 5 maybe, wouldn't he? So now he's 5.5 because of the changes, but you're not going to go there. Delap 6.5, Pedro 7.5, Jackson 6. Jackson could be a real bargain if he goes elsewhere, you know. 6.5 million. It's not bad, really. Why isn't that Sanchez character there? I'm not sure. So. That's right, we're going to put someone on the watch list, won't we? So Cucurella. Disappeared. Add to watch list. Well, that wasn't too painful, I guess. But watch what happens. Look, watch what happens when I click on it. You'll see over here, the watch list will appear in the middle in a nice clickable position, and then it moves. Oh, just when you want to click on it. So then you have to scroll down to get it onto your screen underneath all the player histories. But that's not too awful. But as a whole, it's absolutely shocking. You know, if you go on Reddit, you'll have a quick look on Reddit where I've been banned, apparently. I've got 4 days left on my ban. I didn't even do anything wrong. You know me, peeps. Very well behaved. Right, let's have a look. So, new website is awful. Can't see entire team in selection view. I mean, that's because it's too big. I had to reduce the zoom just to fit it all on the page. It's absolutely woeful. Wow, this UI absolutely sucks. Selecting players on the left, everything else on the right. Ran a Lighthouse report on it in Chrome. Scores a pathetic 22 performance, 64 accessibility, which is criminal, and 70 for best practices. I'm a web developer. This is embarrassing. If this was an external company, then FPL need a refund. Frustrating to use. People can't even log in. Firefox doesn't work. Everything's bad. Everything's bad. Don't even start. As quality assurance lead, I am baffled how this got through. Zero user testing. Zero thinking how user will use the site. Should never have hit release. They must do some updates soon to fix basic navigation issues. Might be extreme, but low key. Even feel like not joining this year. I don't blame him, honestly. If it wasn't for the fact that I enjoy doing content so much and moaning to you lot, I would not be doing it either. I would be playing Telegraph game this season because this is like the final straw. I can't even be bothered to make a team. Can't be bothered to make a team. Look at this. The worst part is you've got to go from one side of your screen to the next to use functions. My monitor is huge, so it's like I'm watching tennis. Insane that this got past quality assurance. FPL continues to be the worst fantasy sports site I've ever used by about 1,000%. Now, you're going to get the people rushing to their defense. You know, the content creators and all the people that support them and all of this. I'll be rushing to the defense of people. But really, there's no excuses for this. This is just absolutely appalling on every level. Every single change has been for the worst. You know, even the change that was designed to create a bigger usable player base, it hasn't worked, has it? It hasn't worked. How many of you are actually picking a player because of these extra defensive points you're going to get? Probably none of you. Probably none of you. I don't know how I'm even going to be able to show the videos to you because it just takes up the entire screen, which is why I've made myself look small in the corner here. But it's depressing in a way, isn't it? I guess I'm just going to have to get used to it. I don't think we are going to get used to this, though. I don't think we are going to get used to it because it's just awful. It's just terrible design, isn't it? I know we all hate change, but sometimes there's a reason why you hate things. I mean, look how simple this is compared with this. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, peeps. I really don't. I'm just thankful that I can get on FPL Team and actually do all my tinkering and spend the entire pre-season on FPL Team. And my watch list for FPL Team is to actually have a watch list. So if we could get a watch list on there, I don't think you can, then it would be perfect because I could just do everything on here. And the only time I'd have to go on the official site would be to actually make my transfer, apart from setting up the original team, which would be so much better. But they've made it unusable, haven't they? It is. It's unusable. Absolutely unusable. I wonder if I can add people to a watch list. No, I'll have a word with him. I'll go and send him a message in a minute and see if we can do something about getting a watch list put on here, because it would be so much better. But our initial thought on the prices while I'm here is that I think they've been pretty lenient. It doesn't take. I mean, I put this team together really quickly, used all my money up, but I've got Salah, Palmer. Oh, I didn't have Gordon. I just used that as a. I think I had Kudos in there, didn't I? Look how simple it is to change it. Midfielder, Tottenham. Kudos. Whole Tottenham team looks very cheap, by the way. So I've put this team in here. I mean, I've got to. I don't know if I keep Wirtz, but it's Wirtz, Salah, Palmer, and Kudos. Pretty good starting team. Pedro, Watkins, and Solanke. You know, I shouldn't be able to afford all this, to be honest, because it's only going to get easier. And we're going to start getting more money, and we're going to find bargains. So I think it's going to be pretty easy to pick a team, to be quite honest with you. Maybe too easy. Because I went on another format, and it's taken me 2 days, and I'm struggling to even get a team together. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. We'll have a quick look, actually, at the Tottenham team. It's a lot easier doing it on here, isn't it, than doing it over there. Now, the prices are so cheap. There's Udogi 4.5 and Van de Ven as well. Extremely cheap. Van de Ven down here, 4.5 million. Superb price for him. And the midfielders, you know, if Madison gets going, he's only 7 million. Solanke 7.5. Son's down to 8.5. I don't think he's even staying. Kudos 6.5 looks a bargain. Absolute bargain. I'm thinking of getting rid of Wirtz. I know he's pretty cheap at 8.5, but there's quite a few good 6.5 million players about, which would allow for a more of an attacking defence. Wan-Bissaka's very good as well, 4.5 million. I've got Konsa in here for now. I don't think he'll stay. But I'll try to free up money so I can upgrade Konsa. And I've got some bunnies on the bench at the moment who, you know, something will emerge on the bench. But I'm keeping Brentford goalkeeper, I think, because Brentford aren't going to change their style probably because they've recruited from within their own ranks, haven't they? So he's just going to kind of carry on what's happening before probably, so he should get a lot of saves. But compared with Man United, that's another thing. Like Fernandes, who would be probably the midfielder that would benefit the most from the new defensive points, has been upped in price to 9 million, when he's now more likely to be deep than he was last season. Cunha's reasonable at 8. People are saying Ahmad's great at 6.5, but Ahmad would probably be playing as a wing back and possibly should have been actually classified as a defender because he's going to have Buemo in front of him. So another 4.5 here looks good though. Dorgu looks good. So there's quite a few 4.5 defenders around that are interesting. But, you know, if I can keep off the main site, stay on here, forget about the new rules, I might better enjoy this season. But quite frankly, it's got off to an absolutely awful start. Absolutely awful start. You know, it's to enjoy tinkering on this website. Crazy. I mean, even saving a screenshot of the team, it's just going to look silly, isn't it? Because of the shape of it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there it's easy. I just put a blooming ring around it. And it's... I mean, why is it such a stupid shape? I don't know. Honestly, don't know, peeps. And where are the stats here? Let's have a look for the stats for the new rules. Because if they're not clear on this site, then people will in fact be forced to go and look elsewhere, won't they? It's on the other side again. They're obsessed with switching sides. Defensive contributions. Let's have a look. Defenders. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, so where are they? Where are they, peeps? Points gained from cumulative clearances, blocks, and interceptions. Don't understand. Me no follow. Is it this column here at the end? See, they on it 0. Can you change the year? Can people come on this site and see how they would have performed last season? See, this is what I mean. That whole rule has done nothing but play into the hands of the likes of Fantasy Scout, and people are going to be forced to go there or try and find other alternatives to find out the stats, to even find out if any of these players are any good. And even when they do, they find out that they're irrelevant to fantasy anyway, pretty much. I mean, there could well be, to be fair, there could well be 1 or 2, 4.5 million defenders that playing a different role this season that could end up getting loads of blocks and clearances that they would have otherwise priced at 5 or 5.5 but didn't know about them. Do you know what I mean? But we shall see. I reckon you're better off with these 4.5s here and just hoping that they occasionally also get an extra couple of points. I think Wan-Bissaka's a really good pick at 4.5. And so are Van der Ven and Udogie from Tottenham. Excellent. And Dorgu as well is another really good 4.5. So there are, it's not too bad from a picking perspective if you look at it from a traditional FPL sense and just try and ignore all the rubbish going on around it, So anyway, picks them off, and I've got to go back to bed. Honestly, I've got a throbbing headache, and also I've starting up a new mini league, and we'll talk about that now actually because people have been asking me for a mini league, and I've been trying to work out the best way to do it. I want it to be a proper community mini league, and if I just put the mini league code up, then everybody joins. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking of having a members area to do it, which you'd have to pay 99p a month for, peeps. Now, you'll get a trophy at the end of it, and I don't want many people. This isn't me wanting to make money. This is me wanting to have a mini league where I can talk about the league once a week, because I can't do it here because no one wants to hear about some silly little mini league. So I'll be doing a video, it'll be a members video on the mini league each week, and those of us in the mini league and talking about our teams and all of that sort of thing in the mini league. So let me know in the chat what you think about it. If you don't like it, just say in the chat and I won't do it, because I'm only doing this because people have been asking for a mini league. And if I just put the code in the chat, what I found with a Club World Cup, you get all these people entering and you don't even know who they are. So if I do have a league, I just want a community league, because these big leagues and that, they're a complete waste of time, aren't they? You don't even know who you're playing against. I'd much rather have 20 people that I know and that contribute in the chat and that on this site. I'd rather just have them and in a little mini league. It would be great, So we'd have a normal league and a head-to-head league as well. And like I said, I'd do a video on it each week, because that's I think that's a good idea. And I'd do it for free, honestly, if I could. But the minimum you can have is 99 pence. I think that's right. Anyway, if I can do it for free, I'll do it. But I'll have a look. But it might be 99p. But I'll give it a couple of days before I set it up, because I want to set the reactions to it first to see if you lot approve or not. And like I said, you'll get a cup if I do it. So whatever money I get from these 99p's will go towards the cup. And I just source it in the country of where you live and send it to you. And that's about it, peeps. Anyway, that's about it for today because, like I said, I'm not feeling right. I'm not in the mood to start my watch list yet. I think I do it on here, the watch list, and you lot can just write down the names on a bit of paper because there's no point me doing it on that site because it's unusable, absolutely unusable, and there's no point doing it basically. And I think I make up my own watch list on pen and paper as well, rather than put them down on there because scribbling in a pad of paper would be better, easier, simpler, and clearer than trying to use that shit show that we now call the fantasy football website. So cheers for now then, peeps, and I'll talk to you all later.